trying to get a new skill. You have to understand the difference between a learning intention and a performance goal. So, what's the learning intention? That specific knowledge or understanding that you expect to acquire during a learning activity is a learning intention. And learning intention simply focuses on the processes that helps guide you towards mastering a concept. You want to learn R, you are setting some goals. Okay, to learn R, how do you learn the software? You need to know about this, you need to know about this, how to the walkthrough through the software itself. How can you go through? How can you find your way? So those are learning intentions, and it differs from a performance goal because a performance goal is an achievement which will demonstrate the successful application of the learning. So a performance goal, maybe you want to create something or you want to build something, but you can only build that thing after learning R. So you learning R is a learning intention, knowing the basics of R, how to go about it, how to how you'll be understanding basic statistical concepts and how you'll be going through it is a learning intention. And now a performance goal can be okay, I want to build a predictive model. So that is a performance goal. In trying to learn something or a new skill, you cannot just go straight and say 2023, I want to build 15 predictive models. You don't even know the software. So it doesn't work like that. And if you have to work like that, it is going to make your learning even difficult. At some point in time, you might even feel frustrated because there's so much to take in. So you have to give yourself that advantage in order to script down certain goals that are going to help you to actually master the software before trying to develop the predictive model which you wanted to do in the first place. So another part I'll be talking on is communicating for impact. You have to understand that in the technical world, the technical field, you have to be able to communicate, not just communicating because you want to, but because you want to communicate for impact. There is a certain goal you are trying to drive to or something you're trying to achieve. And so uh, the first part of how you can communicate with impact is by using the EPIC approach. EPIC, EPIC. So E stands for empathy, putting yourself in the other person's shoes to understand the person's perspective is key in communicating for impact because you need to be able to understand what the other person is trying to say. You guys are working on a project, it's a collaborative initiative. So you need to be able to grasp every other person's perspective in order to build towards the project or the success of the project. It is really important to apply empathy, putting yourself in another person's shoes, getting the person's own ideas and where the person is trying to go to. Why is the person coming from this? Why is the person coming from this direction? Why is the person saying this? So this is all about putting all of this together and walking through in order to achieve the goals. The second thing I would like to talk about on communicating for impact is purpose. So define the purpose to include their needs and yours. So when I say define the purpose to include their needs and yours, it means you need to put their needs into consideration and also put yours. There is a there's supposed to be a purpose or what you guys are working for. So you should be able to put your needs in place and put the other person's need, understand the situation and come up with a way to work seamlessly without any problems or any disadvantages for you guys. So you have to be able to you have to be able to understand the purpose of what you guys are communicating for. Where are you guys driving to? You have to be able to understand that. The next thing I'd like to talk about is insight. Articulate your ideas in a clear and compelling way. You have to talk. If you're speaking, you have to communicate clearly. Other people should be able to understand what you're trying to say. You should be able to use simple language. In case if it's a technical field, and you have to make sure the others are able to understand what you're actually saying. So you need to be able to articulate or explain your ideas in a way that everybody can understand. This, if people can understand, then you guys can move forward. If you can understand something, then you can easily move forward. And the last thing I'd like to talk about under communicating for impact is actually having a conversation. If you have a new idea or something you want the others to take into consideration while working on a project, so that person can contribute. Is synthesis versus summary. What is synthesis and what is a summary? I was with a lady, and she was trying to find out which spice blend was most preferred by people, the people she gave the products to taste. So she was asking like which product is the best, you see. So I needed to perform the analysis, and after performing the analysis, I told her, okay, from the data you provided me, 50 people loved A, 30 people loved B due to its flavor or its taste. 15 people loved C, 5 people loved D, 1 person loved E. So that is a summary. Me giving her this information is a summary. She now understands that, okay, amongst all these products, 50 people want this, these people want this, these people want this. So how do I turn this into a synthesis? The synthesis now is the so what of all the facts. 50 people love this, 30 people love this, 15 people love this, 5 people love this. So what? So that is what makes the difference between a synthesis and a summary. And the synthesis of this example I was talking about is mixture A is the most preferred spice blend. So it's safe to say that you can produce this in high quantities or mass quantities. Spice mixture A is the best or was the most preferred spice blend. So you can produce this. That is now a synthesis. So it's not just about me telling her, it's not just about me telling her mixture A was the best or mixture A was preferred by 50 people, 30 people, 20 people. It's about me being able to, so what? 50 people love mixture A, so what? So we should produce mixture A in large quantities and it will be readily accepted by the people. The next thing I'll be talking on, and which will be the last thing, will be relationship and well-being. You have to understand that relationship and well-being is really important, especially for us in the technical world. You're working with people, collaborating on projects, and it is really essential that your relationships with people is actually on point. This is going to ease communication, is going to ease other things, and it will make or help the project move forward. So, talking about relationships and well-being, we use the AVEC approach. AVEC, without judgment, will help you to build relationships that are going to be sustained over time. Being able to pay attention, listen without judgment or distraction. For example, we understand in a technical world, there are people who understand so many concepts more than others. And sometimes another person can want to give an idea and the person feels like, no, this person doesn't listen and stuff like that. This in turn makes communication very difficult. Communication difficult. It makes working very difficult. At any point in time, even if somebody has a very brilliant idea, the person may not want to share it because the person feels like you don't pay attention or you don't take their point into consideration. So paying attention to other people's ideas and needs is really important. Moving over to vulnerability. V stands for vulnerability. So being your authentic self and sharing experiences with others so they can actually relate with what you're saying is really important. If people can relate with what you're saying, they can easily share their own ideas and share their own experiences with you. So you have to be able to put yourself in that vulnerable position where people also feel comfortable to talk to you. Because if you come and you're in a setting, you're always making all high and mighty, it's really difficult. People always feel like, no, you're the perfect person, you're the perfect person. I cannot talk to this person. Maybe he'll judge me, or maybe he'll be like this. So just putting yourself in that vulnerable position where people see that also you are also a human being. Sometimes you make mistakes and everything will ease communication and foster good relationships. The next thing I'd like to talk about is empathy. I already talked about empathy when I was talking about the EPIC approach. So empathy is all about putting yourself in the other person's shoes, understand this code is supposed to work like this. Why is this other person saying that we should use this other method? You have to be able to give that room for people to be able to express their ideas. Yes, that's what you have to do. You have to be that person. You need to foster good relationships in your workspace. And the last thing I'd like to talk about under relationships and well-being is compassion, demonstrating concern with an intent to be helpful. So showing compassion for what you do or for others is going to help foster good relationships and help sustain those relationships over time. So today we have been able to talk about the difference between synthesis and summary. We've been able to cover key things about relationships and well-being, and also we've been able to talk about learning intentions versus performance goals and communicating for impact. I want to know if anybody has an idea or wants to ask a question from everything I've said. Can you hear me?
Yes, I have a question on the synthesis versus summary. I was like thinking, is the synthesis like gathering facts? Then the summary is like bringing the facts to reality. Can we put it like that?
So, what to reiterate on that, what I'm going to say is synthesis versus summary. A summary is the condensed fact, like this is this, 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 but it doesn't answer the question so what all the facts You add, it has all the facts, but it doesn't answer the question. So what? So what guides you to the direction? Synthesis guides you to the direction. What is the next step you take from these facts? What is the next thing you should do from these facts that you've been able to gather? So that's the difference. The synthesis will answer the so what. That's why I made mention of the example where I was able to inform my client that 50 people love mixture A, 20 people love mixture B, 15 love mixture C, 5 and 4 love D and E. That's a summary. I just gave her the summary. Now, the synthesis comes in now. She's confused. What do I do now? So what? I'm informing her. I think, or I believe, or I know from this analysis, what you should do is you should mass produce mixture A. Do you get me now, Avrantis? Is the difference clear? Hello? Can somebody get me?
Yes, I think Mr. Rantis gets you. His mic is off.
Okay. So I wanted to know if that clarifies your doubt or have shed more light on it.
Okay, anyone else with questions?
Yes, sir. It's under communicating for impact. You said E stands for empathy. I didn't get what P stands for.
E stands for empathy, P stands for purpose, I for insight, and C for conversation. Did you get it?
Do some gather some requirements and do some analysis on let's say gather requirements necessary to build a to-do list. So please, this is for the trainees. Let's say I just want to see your understanding of synthesis and summary. So let's say you're to gather requirements to build a to-do list application. So what do you think should be a summary and a synthesis that's based on your research and yeah, your research. So I just want to get your understanding on synthesis and summary. So anyone can speak up, the trainees.
Sir, please can you come again with the question? I didn't get that.
So I was saying you are to gather requirements in order to build you are to gather requirements in order to build a to-do list app. So after gathering your requirements, what are you going to give back as your result? So let's say so what's going to be a summary and what's going to be a synthesis? Okay, go ahead, Mr. Arantes.
Um, so Maneto had a problem. Just can you please take a question again?
All right, I'll just reiterate. I was saying that you are you are you have to gather requirements in order to develop a to-do list app, and giving your feedback to the user, you are to differentiate between the summary and the synthesis. So how are you going to report back to the user? So let's say we have 2 minutes for that. So by 11:33, we should come out with something.
Is my network glitching? Or
No, it's fine. It's fine. So can you get me?
yes, I'm getting you clearly.
Oh, okay, Mr. Hans. Let's get what you have to say.
All right, so in order to create an app which will be able to do an app which will give us a to-do list, I think our summaries will have our summary there will have to be like the things we have to do, like the job itself that will be doing. Let's say, for example, in the morning, to like the work we'll be doing, we'll place it under our summary. So, from my understanding, then I'll say the synthesis we'll have to do like in the synthesis there will be an explanation, for example, on there'll be an explanation on how each and every activity went on. So, that's like summary.
Like modifications, amendments at the end.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So, okay, Miss Lois, let's get from you.
Okay, so thank you. What to understand in this case, the summary is all the tasks that probably you're to do, and then the synthesis is what you're finally been able to achieve at the end of a day or a particular period. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Lois. Over to you, Mr. Arantes. What do you have?
For the training, to do up. So the question that those asking is how large how large can be the how many tasks can user put into the app, how user interface like, and it is supposed to address to pay and that like somebody like the first and what will be thinking about it and this test like will be actually being what I think of.
I hope everyone got Mr. Arantes clearly.
Oh, the network was breaking on that one.
Oh, Arantes, please come again.
So like I want to build a to do this app. So the simple is like the beginning of the action and is like how many people are there for you, then that needs to look like if they ask you to user pay for it. Now this is like to get that out this and what to do like getting all facts, what are we actually doing like trying to a conclusion. Like yes, so that.
Okay, Arantis, did you mention something like conclusion? I wasn't able to get you still because of the network, but yes, I think the ideas you're giving point, even though I could not hear clearly. I heard something about conclusion when it came to sentences.
Okay, so I was saying like the how can the epic user and how we did the question like user interface look like and is it the user supposed to pay for the then the sentence is like sitting down to after gathering all those facts sitting down to what we're actually building like that's what the sentence is all about.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, over to you, Mr. Vikram.
So, for the example that was given by Mr. Yannick, I want to say when it comes to a summary and what makes a summary different from a synthesis is in a summary, you just list the facts, or he was talking about the requirements. So you list the requirements, and then a synthesis will come here in play to answer the so what. Because of this requirement, so what? So take it as listing facts versus drawing conclusions from those facts you've listed. In a summary, you get to list the facts. In the sentences, you draw the conclusion from those facts. This, this. So what? Now you answer the question. For each of those requirements, it means it will require each each will require a synthesis. Or if the requirements work all together, then it will require one synthesis. But every fact should have a synthesis. Your next step forward where do you go? Where do you go from here? Due to this fact or because of this fact has been stated like this. So what? What is this trying to say? What is this fact trying to communicate? So what? How do I move from here? I've understood that this requirement is like this. So what? I don't know if you get. Aransis, do you get?
And
Um, Maybe I should use another example just to see if everybody is on the same page. Okay, let's say you get up in the morning, you see your phone. Maybe they send you a notification, weather notification, that it's going to be rainy by 3 p.m. or so. That's a fact. That's a fact, and it's a report from the weather app you have on your phone. And now, what would a synthesis be? So what? It's going to rain at 3 p.m. So what? If I'm leaving the house at 3 p.m., then I should take along with me an umbrella or a pullover. Do you get the difference? So you understand the fact and then you establish the so what and draw a conclusion. I hope that is clear now. Okay. Mr. Yannick,
Yes, Vikram.
yes, over to you if you have something to add.
Okay. Thank you very much. So, thank you very much for the talk. It has really been insightful. Like you made mention using the epic approach. Yeah, it's really insightful, and I think you have communicated well. Like you give us different scenarios in order to better understand the difference between synthesis and summary, and you, the relationship building in a workspace environment, which is really necessary for we, especially software engineers and even those aspiring to be software engineers in the future. That's very true, and everyone needs all of these different soft skills which you have given to us today. So I think this is going to help the trainees, and it's going to add more value to what they do, because they all know before now even that soft skills, these are these are things which you really don't learn it. You like, it's something which you have to practice. Yeah, unlike maybe the technical skills which you learn in school, these ones now uh is like it comes with a lifestyle. So you have to incorporate it in your lifestyle. That's the empathy, the positivity, being insightful, and the conversation, like communicating in a conversational manner. So all of those things are things you have to practice in order to like have it built into you in such a way that like whatever workspace you find yourself, you're going to be an engineer with a difference, because everyone can know how maybe to program with Python or whatever programming language, but without these soft skills, you realize that you won't be able to interrelate with your co-workers or your colleagues. So thank you very much, Bikram, for this talk. It's going to go a long way to help us all.
Okay, thank you very much. I see Loni, she's connected.
Yeah. Well, I don't know whether she'll be able to give us a word, but I don't think so. So
Okay.
So yeah, so if you have any closing words you can give us before we end the session.
Okay. Thank you very much. So my goal today was to have this conversation with all of you on the importance of adaptability in terms of your journey, in terms of your journey in working or learning a new skill, and to also talk on communication and relationships. So today, I'm encouraging each and every one of you to reflect on some of the insights we have discussed in today's session and apply it in your work, whether it's focusing on your learning intentions or practicing the EPIC approach for communication or building stronger relationships with the AVEC approach. I believe you will be seeing a positive impact along the way. So the forward program is open for the next cohort applications. Last year, October, something like that. But now the cycle is open, the new cohort cycle is open, and those who are interested in those who are interested those who are interested in actually taking the course or going through the program can find it on the website or reach out to me via WhatsApp or LinkedIn or any other platform. I think I'll be sharing my contact with Yannick and Miriam, and you can reach out to them if you need my contact to apply for the program. So the program will be running for 10 weeks. The program will be running for 10 weeks and it will be an online program. I think every week you would have to dedicate like 2 hours, and you guys will have practical sessions. You'll be put in groups to discuss with people all over the world to hear their take or their perspective on certain aspects and everything. So I think the program is actually rich and we're providing you with a lot of insight. The forward program, the cohort, the cycle is open and it ends during it should be ending next month, 22nd of April. So if you want to apply or you want to get into the program, you can reach out to me. My contacts will be with Mr. Yannick and Loni. You can reach out to them. And today I want to not only encourage all of you guys to take a step forward, but also encourage you to register for that program. I think it will be beneficial to you, and I want to thank you guys for your participation, your attention, the questions you asked, and I was very happy and I'm very happy to share or give you guys insights anytime, any day if you ever need my services. I'm here. And I want to thank iSpark for giving me this opportunity to speak to you here today and to guide you or to share with you some insights on adaptability and resilience, communication, and relationships and well-being. So I want to thank iSpark for this opportunity given to me today to share this moment with you in today's sessions. And yeah, I can only wish you guys the best in your future projects and in your future endeavors. Thank you, and I was really happy being here today with you guys.
Okay, thank you very much, Vikram. Thank you very much for bringing the forward program to us, to iSpark Classroom Software Engineering Foundations. And yes, we are really delighted, and yeah, knowing that the new cohort cycle is open, that's really an opportunity for all of us to learn many things. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. It means a lot to us to for us to have you. Yeah. Okay, so that's I think that's it for this session. And also please can you send your you can just type your LinkedIn handle at the chat area, the Google Meet chat area, for us all to get, maybe follow you on LinkedIn and can collaborate there
Okay.
too. Yes. So trainees, you can all get to Vicam so that you can all get to Vicam. That's using his LinkedIn link, which is going to add to the chat area. I can follow him and also collaborate with him using LinkedIn platform.